Good evening and welcome to Modern Spiritualists Live. I'm Aeson Knight, and of course, I'm with the illustrious, wonderful, legendary, and that is Miss Hazel Firefly from Britain. How are you, darling?
I'm very good, thank you. How's yourself?
Doing well, doing well. You ready for all the holidays? Because there's a
I'd,
ton.
I'd be glad when they're over with. Back to normality.
Mm-hmm. I would be too. The normality will be a lovely time for me. Now, granted, we have a few more holidays than, you do with, Thanksgiving and all that in there. Um,
Hey,
yeah.
Brenda.
Hello, Miss Brenda. So that'll be, I've got a little bit more holiday fatigue, and my fatigue really lasts until January. Well, February, and then it's like, oh, did I get to spring equinox? Wonderful, wonderful.
Because
Okay, now let's end this.
of course, we don't do Thanksgiving over here.
No.
So for us, Christmas is like the main holiday.
Mm-hmm. But also with that, you do like Guy Fawkes Day, which
Yes,
I think is interesting
yeah.
in general.
But that's not one where everybody meets up indoors. That's like where everybody goes out.
Outside,
Yeah.
yeah,
And
you know,
cook jacket potatoes on the fire and things like that.
right, But I think it's interesting that, y'all you have that. Um, and it's just different. Like you also do hot dogs. It's like the 4th of July there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Do the hot dogs, do the burgers.
Uh huh.
But then that goes back to our tradition as children.
Right.
It's
And
like,
that goes back to everything, allowing it to be
yeah,
a little bit more comfortable and different and fun.
we always say once bonfire night have been, we can then
Mhm.
put our trimmings up.
Oh, okay. Because that's a big debate over here as
Right.
far as, when do you decorate? I always say December 11th or 12th.
Do you leave yours up then till, is it the 12th day of Christmas?
Yes.
Yeah. See, I don't. I can't.
Yeah.
They're too much dust collectors.
Uh, there's been years it's been so cold, I've just left it up all year.
Oh, but then we are not massive on, like over there, I believe you do all up outside as well, don't you?
We do. We do. We do the outside. We do a reef on the door. We do bring, we have the tree brought in. We have the tree and candles and lights and all that fun stuff.
We don't go that far as to put things outside. Like the bigger houses do, but the
Hmm.
normal houses don't.
Right. And that's understandable because, you don't want that level of stuff there.
No, no.
I just put a simple wreath up this year. I've got enough I could decorate the neighborhood, but I'm just not, I didn't have time. And it's so much to get out, put up, pull down. And we have
Yeah.
this to thank to you guys, namely Queen Victoria started this. I love when people go, "Oh no, no, no! You have to have a Christmas tree. It's tradition. Actually, it's a tradition that's only only 100 years old."
I'm not saying nothing.
Uh huh. You know, her and Prince Albert had to have a tree. She had to take
But
him out of
then
the tin.
all traditions have to start somewhere.
I know. funny. And according to history, she got it from the Germans.
That wouldn't surprise me. I think she did, actually, because there's certain parts of the UK that still have their trees brought in.
Right.
If you've got Google open, have a look at the size on the one on Trafalgar Square. I have never seen nothing like it in all my life.
No. I will have to check that out. But, over here, it has been a very big thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Put Christ back into Christmas. Here's the problem. He wasn't in Christmas to begin with.
No.
Okay. Christmas was around before him, and if you wanted to be really point blank with it, it's kind of not a good time to be celebrating him.
And the thing is, yes, it's nice that the school do nativities plays, but then they're teaching the children the story wrong as well.
Exactly. They're teaching it the wrong time. They're teaching it the wrong, because, all right, let's break it down. Why were they in Bethlehem to begin with? So that Joseph could pay his taxes.
Yeah.
When do we pay taxes?
For us, it's April.
It's April.
Yeah.
Everywhere. That is something that is left over from the Roman Empire, which they do the census and they do the taxes in April during the spring equinox, which makes sense, kind of fits together. Why they moved it over to December 25th is because they could not get rid of the winter solstice. Everyone done this winter solstice.
Oh, and that's coming up Friday as well, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes. Yep. The winter solstice will be here Friday. It will be fun. We've got
we'll have the lights ready. On.
Yep.
The shortest day of the year.
Yes. Longest day of the year. Longest night of the year.
Well, over here we say the shortest day.
Ah. Yeah. We always look at the longest night because it always seems like it's never going to get over with. All right. So December and January is very packed with holidays. First, we have the Booty Day, which is the Day of Enlightenment. That's December 8th. Then, of course, we have Advent, St. Bridget's Day, St. Barbara's Day, the Krampus King, which is a festival of St. Nicholas celebrating parts of Eastern Europe. The Alpine area where St. Nicholas has a devilish companion named Krampus, who punishes the bad children at the night before. That's really taking off here. Do you see much of Krampus behavior there?
Never even heard of it.
I'll send you pictures.
Right, make sure you do it.
Then we have the Festival of Immaculate Conception on December 8th. That's a little late to be having a Festival of Immaculate Conception. Okay. If you were celebrating the conception on the 8th of December, and the last time I checked, even if you're a demigod, it takes you 9 months.
Yeah.
Something not right there.
They must have been super duper ones in those days.
I'm telling you. Then you have Yule that begins on December 21st, 23rd, depending on where the astrology is. Longest Night, which is a modern Christian service to help cope with the losses, usually held on the eve of the winter solstice. Really?
It don't make sense. Nothing makes sense.
Well, it makes sense. It's just like, dude, you got your own holidays. Then you have the 12 Days of Christmas on December 25th through January 6th. You have St. Stephen's Day on December 26th in Germany, Poland, and the Czech Republic. A holiday to celebrate as the second day of Christmas. St. John the Evangelical on the 27th. Holy Innocents on the 28th. And St. Sylvia Day on the 31st. But in many parts of the world, Christmas doesn't really happen on the 25th.
No.
It happens in January. Okay, so we're going to get into some weirder Christian holidays, and we need to talk about them. The Feast of Circumcision on January the 1st.
Okay.
The 12th night, Epical Eve, is January the 5th. The Arrival of the Three Magi is January the 6th. American Apostolic Christmas is January the 6th. Orthodox Christmas is January the 7th. And then, of course, we have Hanukkah mixed in there.
What about Chinese New Year? When is that? That's January as well, isn't it?
No, I believe that's in February. Let me double check. Year of the Dragon, and it will be February the 10th.
Cool, that's late.
Yeah.
Oh.
And we'll be talking about that a little bit. Not as the main topic, but we need to figure out what this dragon energy is going to do.
Yeah, because I've got Chinese people living next door to me.
Yes, you want to make sure that you take them over good food on the 10th of February. Lots of red food.
I don't cook much for myself.
You don't have to. Take them a cherry pie. Hit the bakery.
We don't have nothing like that over here.
You don't have a cherry pie?
No.
Oh,
no.
My goodness. I'm going to have to ship you canned cherries and a recipe. Do you have cheesecake?
We have cheesecake, yeah.
Get a cherry cheesecake and take it to them.
Oh, I didn't think of that. Good thinking, Batman.
Not a problem. That's what I do. Problem solved. But no.
No, you're right, Brenda. We really don't.
Well, pie means something different over there, because I was looking and one of the historical things was talking about a blackbird pie.
That's a steak pie.
Yes.
Yeah. We have, right, without pies, fruit pies, all we ever have is apple or rhubarb.
Okay.
Without meat pies, you can have chicken and mushroom, chicken and vegetable, just the basic pies. But as far as fruit pies go, we don't have hardly any.
Oh, goodness. So you don't have a pumpkin pie, you don't have a cherry pie or a blueberry pie? Okay. I will send you recipes.
Right.
Because they're delicious and they go great with ice cream.
You're shocked now, aren't you?
No, I'm looking at this going, Jesus. I know you guys have got tarts because there's a whole chapter in tarts.
Yeah. Do you know what? I like, have you heard a good old-fashioned dish? Have you heard of corned beef pasties?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love them.
Ah.
I love them with gravy on top and I'm done.
Yes. But, when we look at holiday traditions, and this is a hard time for a lot of people because we've built so much around it.
Yeah.
Christmas didn't used to be a lot of gifts underneath the tree.
No.
You got a dolly or a car or a set of blocks, a toy.
Yeah.
A craft.
Yeah.
And some fruit to
Well,
keep you from getting scurvy.
Over here, you had one toy,
Uh-huh.
one outfit.
Uh-huh.
This is the best bit. Your school shoes.
Ah. Okay.
Your school shoes used to have to last you from Christmas to Christmas.
Well, I hope you don't grow that much.
I was going to say, if your feet grew in between, you were walking around like a crab.
Yes.
But now everything is so commercialized.
Right. So what do you do in your home for your holidays?
But normally, Christmas Eve, I'll deliver all the presents.
Mm-hmm.
Then Curtis and Sean and Curtis's partner normally come for cooked breakfast.
Uh-huh.
This year, that's not happening because we don't want to make plans.
Right. Well, because, we're expecting, delivery of the next...
We are.
Yes.
We are. Then I'll cook dinner. Then Sean will play his new games on the console. And I'll go to my friends for Christmas tea.
How lovely. Now, do you do the, what is it? You have to start it in October.
The Christmas cake.
Yeah, the plum pudding.
Yeah. We don't call that plum pudding.
Okay.
It's, Brenda will probably understand. Saying that, you cook, so you might as well. It's raisins, orange peel, currants and glacier cherries.
Uh-huh.
And then we feed it with brandy up until Christmas.
Uh-huh.
And then it's marzipan and icing on top.
Ooh. That sounds delicious in so many ways.
Yeah, it is. It is actually a fruit cake, Brenda, but with the glacier cherries and the brandy.
Yeah.
But I would always say, don't drive after eating it.
You shouldn't.
Because you don't know how much brandy have gone into that cake.
Should be a lot if you've done it right.
Yeah.
You should have fed it every day, at least a good shot to keep it moist.
It gets fed once a week.
Okay.
But I think it's something like 40 mils of brandy every week.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
You gotta, and a lot of people don't totally understand, at least, there's other holidays. Hanukkah's been going on. And with Hanukkah, it's a celebration of that isn't like, the big church, the big synagogue thing. It's about family and spending time with family. And, then we have Yule, which, if we look at a lot of the Christmas traditions, that's where it comes from. The massive feast, the lighting of candles, the taking time for family, the giving of gifts. But when we get to the basis of like, why are the people doing all these things? It's really based on taking care. If we look at the, I won't say if we look at the communities, where are we at? What normally occurs a lot in winter? Well, we normally lose a lot of people. We normally lose a lot of, a lot of loved ones pass over during the winter, which makes it very hard. We have a lot of people who, are alone. And it's like, oh, why is it so hard? Well, unfortunately, it's that time of the year.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, everyone's like all bright and cheery. And it's like, please don't be bright and cheery. Be understanding. Take time to build your community. And people go, "Oh, I don't want to be alone on Christmas." Great. Every soup kitchen definitely could use an extra hand. Definitely could do more. Go out and be with people. Um, and for me, the holiday really starts around December the 11th, December 12th, when we start, decorating and getting that stuff together. And then, start the baking, which, produces warmth for the home and, brings prosperity into the house. And then December 21st through the 23rd is Yule. And that's where we keep the log burning all year. What's your view of the Yule log? Because that is a very British thing.
No, I can honestly say not many people do it over here.
Okay.
Yule to us now just means a chocolate cake log.
Ooh. Very nice, very nice. Of course, there was a very large lawsuit over that over there.
Yeah. I think the thing with Yule, because of course, years ago we had all log fires and coal fires.
Right.
No houses have that type of fire anymore.
None of them do?
It's very, very rare. It's more like farmers. Because they're out in the wilderness and they can't get gas out there.
Right.
So more often than not, they have that because that's their only source of heating.
Right.
But like terraced houses, you'll never see an open fire.
Huh. So now it's become a chocolate log. Do you burn special candles, or do you, do anything spiritual with that?
I don't do anything spiritual with the chocolate log because all Christmas Day, I keep a red candle lit for my loved ones. I keep a white candle lit for the people that we still have around us.
Right.
And the people that's passed over, I put their photos around. So that they are with us.
Right.
Because this is going to sound weird. More often than not, when we were children, people still worked in the mines on Christmas Day.
Right.
So it was like, then your dad would come home dinner time. He'd then go to the pub for 2 hours because that was the thing when I was little in Wales.
Right.
The pubs only opened from 12 till 2. That was the law. And then from 7 till 10:30 Christmas night.
Right. And, that's when the community also, like them, it wasn't just like your dad went and get drunk. No, that was when the community gathered together. That is when...
This might shock you, that was the only time you've seen husbands and wives together in a pub.
Yeah, and it doesn't shock me. That's would have been very normal.
Yeah.
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 Because normally the ladies either go to the pub themselves or they go, they don't take their husband with them because, husbands are party poopers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And, it's kind of hard to, balance taking care of the children and, elaborating and having fun at the same time. So that doesn't shock me at all. That sounds very normal. What other traditional Christmas things do you do?
Christmas afternoon, once dinner had been done, it was a case of then everybody having a nap for half hour to let their dinners go down. And then it'd be games. Right. Everybody got games to play.
Very cool. And like board games or video games or...
Board. All board games.
Right. But it's very much was family time.
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
I think that needs to be brought back.
It would be Boxing Day where all families would then congregate together.
Mm-hmm.
Boxing Day, I would say, with family celebrations, is a lot more powerful than Christmas Day.
Okay. And more
Because,
popular, most likely.
yeah, because Christmas Day, the kids get up early. You're all knackered by 3 o'clock.
Yep.
What's your traditions for Christmas Day?
Well, my traditions for Christmas Day used to be presents in the morning,
Yeah,
then a big breakfast, and then when Dad was alive, we would begin the delivery of Christmas dinners.
yeah.
But that was his thing, and I've retired that now. So we do a simple breakfast in the mornings, then we do the family thing, which is always fun, and then we will after everyone goes home, then it's like wine and movies.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and taking that time to just kind of catch a breath.
And I think that's because families move away from each other now, not like years ago where all the same families lived in the same community.
Right.
I think because families have moved all away now, that festive period seems to be the only time when families come back together.
That or funerals.
See, our funerals over here are different to your funerals
Yeah, they are.
because massively different.
Mm-hmm.
Because over here, it still goes as the coffin comes back into the house
Uh-huh.
instead of going to the funeral home.
Right.
And then there's a service in the house
Uh-huh.
before the coffin is removed.
Right.
Then the coffin is removed. And I think you have the black hearses over there as well, don't you?
We do. We
Yeah.
do.
Then it's in the hearse and to wherever the last resting place is.
Right. Yeah, that is vastly different to the divorced behavior that we have gotten with
Yeah.
funerals because, first of all, if the body is at the home, it's removed and took to the mortuary, and it stays there, and they do all the services there or at the church, one of the two,
Yeah.
and then you move into that. Um, Space and time where it's like you do a wake, which is kind of like a visiting time, and then you do a service, and then you do the what I call that? You basically do a funeral service, you bury them, you come home, you have fried chicken and mashed potatoes and gravy, and you call it done. Like the
See,
family's very divorced from it here.
our wake happens after the funeral.
Right.
And that's when something I don't agree with, perhaps I'm old fashioned, where
Okay.
everybody hits the pub.
See, I'm of a different mindset on that one. I don't think we agree. Um, and the reason for that is I think that they need to be hitting the pub at home. And I don't know. I think that I would be more happier with having the body in the home and having the party at home, celebrating and setting up with the dad,
Yeah,
like we did when I was a child. That's not done anymore.
no, no. The celebration after the burial or the cremation is then the party starts,
Right.
where everybody gets absolutely bladdered
Uh
to the
huh.
point where they can't walk or talk.
Uh huh.
Yes, life's got to be celebrated, but I don't think that's the appropriate way to do it.
I think that's a little much. I do. I would agree there. Um, I don't like how the Americans have divorced death.
Yeah,
And really, truly, they have. They've outsourced it. I think that it was because we, got sold a bill of goods. And that bill of goods was a lot of false advertisement, like,
Yeah.
oh, it's dreadful to touch a dead body. No, it's not.
Can you pay for your funerals over there while you're still living?
Yes.
Yeah, they've started that over here now. Funeral payment plan.
Well, that's a good thing. That way you can get the celebration you want, instead of the celebration everyone thinks you want.
I've told my boys the cheapest way possible.
Right. Personally, I'm like, cremate me, ship me to California, make me into a ring, and leave me alone.
I've said I want to be cremated because I'm not going in no ground with no worms.
Right. Yeah. Marzipan. I was looking at Brenda. She's sharing recipes over here.
The thing is, you always make me hungry. And when I finish the podcast, I then go to bed.
I'm sorry.
Here's one for you. Have you seen a stamp from the UK?
I have a few.
I haven't seen the new ones.
Oh, okay.
Can you see the king on it?
Yeah, that looks so different.
Yeah, and I've got
so different.
That's our special one for Christmas.
Right.
And I should have some of the other ones here if the kids haven't nicked up. There we go. But you could over here we buy normally like that.
Uh-huh.
But they've still got the Queen's head on them.
Great. At least they're not wasting them.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was my big worry.
I won't be wasting them at £1.49 each.
I'd be putting one of them up.
I might do, actually.
Yeah. Because by the time your grandbabies are your age, that'll be worth something.
Yeah.
Here's one thing. Do y'all have Hope Chest over there?
No. Never heard of it.
Right. It's a big chest.
Right.
And throughout the child's life, you put stuff in it for when they're adults. Used to be you would put like their china in there, the linens, their quilts they would make for their household, that type of thing. But also like keepsakes and like the Queen's stamps and different things that occurred during the year of their birth and over the years.
Right, over here, let me see if I can find one. Because I've just had one done for the baby. There we go. Over here, we have books.
Uh-huh.
And then we put, like, the first lock of hair in, their photos, their scan photos.
Uh-huh.
Things like that.
Yeah,
the boxes you were speaking about over here, we call them memory boxes.
Uh-huh.
And more often than not, we have them when a child passes away.
Oh, okay.
So, give me a minute, you. Look how big he's got.
Oh, my goodness. He had gotten huge. Guys, when we started this show, he was nothing but she could hold him in one hand.
Stop biting, you bloody animal.
Nippy's nose.
Right. No, because he bites still. Because he's still.
I know, you're insulting him. Hit the top of his nose.
Right, go and play. Go on.
Oh, he's a feisty one.
Isn't he just?
Yes.
He's still a kitten, so.
Yeah, but he's going to be a big boy.
He really is.
Yeah.
He really is.
So are you doing Christmas ham?
I probably do it Boxing Day.
Okay.
Because Christmas Day, this is how it goes with the meat in our house. Christmas Day: turkey, chicken, beef.
Ooh.
I don't like turkey, but Sean do.
Okay.
I like chicken.
Mm-hmm.
But I like cooking the beef to use the beef juices for gravy.
That works. That works. You know. And do you bake cookies? Because I'm going to be doing some baking because Christmas Eve I'm going to do hot chocolate and cookies.
I'm not doing baking this year because Christmas Eve this year I'm going to the pantomime.
The pantomime.
You're going to Google that now, we know.
Well, I know what a pantomime is. I'm just trying to figure out which one you would be going to.
Hang on, I'll tell you now. Let's have a look. Jack and the Beanstalk this year.
Oh, nice, nice. And is the community doing anything this year?
They do their normal Father Christmas runs.
Uh-huh.
Where Father Christmas comes around on the sleigh.
Uh-huh.
So that's normally a pretty good one.
Yeah, very much so.
That's
now, which Father
the
Christmas do you have? Do you have the one in the robes, or do you have the one that is the Coca-Cola Christmas, Santa Claus?
Both.
Both.
Or depends on the weather.
Which one do you like best?
I like the traditional.
I do too. And a lot of people don't get that, like, the version of Santa Claus we have now was actually because of Coca-Cola.
Yeah. Yeah, we use, this is going to sound really strange, over here, we say we know Christmas is coming when we see that advert, the Coca-Cola one.
Right.
So that's when...
I don't think that it's weird. I think it's however showing you the influences that marketing has on people.
Yeah.
And the influences that we have in general with marketing.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the Christmas tree and, Queen Victoria had nothing to do with Christmas. It was, keeping up with the Queen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And trying to be like the Queen. You got to look at it and see it for what it is. And I think people have forgotten that. I really hate when they go, oh, this tradition is older than time. And you're like, no, that is less than 100 years old. The wise men bringing gifts because a baby is born. Everyone's does that.
Yeah.
And that was an astrology event.
I think as well, this is going to sound horrible. I feel that the traditions, the old traditions, have gone with Christmas. I don't feel that they are as they used to be.
Right. I don't think they are as they used to be. I also don't think that we've got the example. We were talking about, not being able to have a Yule log because you don't have a fireplace.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's when you modernize and go, okay, what did the Yule log symbolize? Well, it symbolized, this, and this. It symbolized, having warmth and, valuing the ages and taking time to tell stories and to communicate and to express your connection with people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do we need a stick of wood to do that, or can we just do that? Well, of course we can just do that.
I was going to say we just do it for the simple reason it's what people expect.
Well, see, and that's where I'm stopping a lot of things that used to be expected. Like, I'm not cooking for 53 people and delivering meals half a day.
No, no.
I'm not driving myself up a wall trying to, get all the packages wrapped up and get everyone the perfect gift and, be working for the next 6 months to pay off the perfect gift.
Yeah, yeah.
Not doing it, guys.
Because it's all so commercialized now.
Well, not only that, but, the people that I would buy gifts for, I buy them crap all the time.
Yeah.
I look at them and go, you look knackered, let's go to Subway.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
This year with like Curtis, because he got his own house, and friends, I've bought all gift vouchers.
Yeah.
For the local food shop, for Tesco's, for the simple reason I think everybody is going to be struggling in January.
Right.
And if a gift voucher can be more beneficial than a bath set, that's the way forward.
They're not going to use. Let's be honest. Love my husbands dearly. They've got all the bath bombs, bath chemicals, all this stuff. You know how many times they've used it? Well, I bought it for them our first one, and we just celebrated our 12th one, so I think that they're a little late.
Yeah, yeah. And I think gift vouchers, they can pick what they want, and it's better for them.
Well, it's better, and it's more something that they can use.
Yes, yeah. Definitely.
They can actually do something with. They can actually build with. And, I love that idea. I love the idea of experiences instead of stuff to sit on my shelves.
Next year will be different because obviously we'll have the baby.
Right. And you can't really, you're what? At least 5 years out before she's going to have an experience. Or, something to be remembered. So,
yeah.
It's like these lovely parents, and I'm sure they've got good intentions. Please don't think that I'm dogging them. But they will take a 1-year-old or a 2-year-old to Disneyland.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
I want someone to explain this one to me. Why take your child to Disneyland when they won't even remember it?
Yeah. What really, really upsets me, and Brenda will probably agree with me now, come Christmas Eve, everybody will be putting photos on Facebook of all the presents they've bought their children.
Uh-huh.
I feel sorry for the people that's less fortunate, because then it makes them feel that they haven't done a good job.
Right. But here's the thing. And, since you're getting ready to have a little sweet goo baby, the first 3 years, I would buy them savings bonds.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or do y'all have? I don't know if y'all have savings bonds over there.
We have ISAs over here.
Okay. Why? Because they ain't going to remember those $85 Timberlakes you bought them. They're not going to remember all those toys you bought them. And most of the times, it's too much for them.
Yeah. What I've done for Christmas, just in case he comes early, is I've bought him £50 worth of Boots vouchers.
Okay.
Boots, I think you call it, have you got a mother care over there?
No.
Well, it's a shop that sells everything for babies, nappies.
Awesome.
And things like that, because that's more beneficial for him than me buying him more clothes.
Yeah, that he's going to wear for what, 3 months?
Yeah.
If that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a friend that just recently, is going through that first year, and she was so upset. And I finally looked at her and said, "Why?" And she was upset over the baby's first birthday. And I asked her, I said, is he going to remember it? Is he going to remember the bouncy house and all this other crap that you have gone into debt for? Yeah. When he can't even get it in himself? Like, who are you throwing the party for?
Brenda, I think if I bought half a cow over here, I think the farmers would be annoyed. But Brenda, do you agree when I say this, that parents pay for these big birthday parties to compete with each other? Because that's how I personally feel. It's all about competing with each other, not the individual person.
I feel so. I agree with you. It's more for them. And, I don't know. I get really annoyed with that. Of course, I also get really annoyed with a lot of the commercialism in the holidays. I'd rather someone sit down and write me a poem.
Yeah.
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 Or, plan a day out doing something.
Yeah.
Where I don't have to make decisions.
And that's the massive thing as well.
Yeah.
It's about doing things. It's about making memories, not making yourself being liked.
Exactly. And, in the end, unless it's something really big, and I'm talking really memorable making, in 10 years, are you going to remember what someone gave you?
No.
For
no.
Christmas?
The one for the first birthdays, it's always been a tradition in my family that we buy the baby a piece of gold.
Right.
So for his first birthday, he will have a gold bracelet.
Lovely. That's investment.
Curtis, my oldest, wears my mother had a big, I think they call them signet rings, a big St. Christopher in a gold setting.
Right.
He wears that around his neck on his necklace.
Right.
And that's the way we've done it. Every time it's a child's first birthday, they get given a piece of gold.
Right.
When the person dies, then that gold keeps going down the generations.
Yeah, it's building generational value.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not, that's much better than buying, Timberlakes or Gucci or Saint Laurent for a 1-year-old.
Yeah. Do you have Clark's over there?
Clark's?
Footwear.
I think we do, but they're not really big here. Nike is big here.
Yeah. What we do as well for the fit, this is something most families do. As soon as the baby starts walking, the grandparents buy the first pair of shoes.
Right.
Because it's supposed to be good luck.
Right.
It can't be trainers. It has to be proper walking shoes.
Right.
So then Clark's is the big thing over here for babies' walking shoes.
How cool.
And when you go to Clark's to buy the first pair, they give you a balloon, they give you a certificate, they make a big thing out of it.
Right. That's an experience.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, but no, like a lot of people do not realize that the Christmas that we celebrate now is not the Christmas of 100 years. Well, no, yeah, it's not the Christmas of 100 years ago. It's less than 50.
Yeah.
Because I remember when Christmas changed. People started doing more for Christmas.
Yeah.
Christmas started being more of a show me event.
Yeah. I never ever show anybody the amount of presents my kids got.
No.
It's nobody else's business.
Right.
And to me, I work damn hard all through the year to give them what I can. What they haven't got, they can go without.
Well, not only that, but what they don't got, they can live with.
Yes.
Not having.
Yeah.
Or, I hate to say this. It's going to sound real mean. You got some big, strong boys there.
Yeah.
If they want something, they can go get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that may sound mean and that may sound awful, but it's true.
Yeah. I've got to say, they're really good. Sean will say, Mum, do you need anything down the shop? Curtis will phone me, do you need anything, Mum? I'm on call.
Right.
So,
you got good boys. You've done really well with them.
Yeah.
And I think that's an important notice there, is to realizing that, no, you've done good.
Yeah.
You've got real good boys that, going to have good grandbaby. All that's coming forward, but you've put the work in there.
Yeah.
You make the decisions and the choices to get where you are.
And that's the massive thing that other people need to remember, that don't doubt the choices you make.
Right.
And that goes in every aspect of life.
Yeah. And also realize that, the holiday, if a tradition doesn't work, here's an example. Years, and I'm talking years. 6 and 8 turkeys, 7 and 9 hams, and cooking dinners and delivering them all day through the holidays.
Yeah.
That doesn't work for me anymore. That wasn't my thing. It was time to move on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially when most of the delivery list had crossed. It's like, it's done. Retire the traditions that no longer work.
Yeah.
Create ones that do.
Yeah.
Example, what would you rather have? A day in the park with your grandbaby, or, giving them a ball that's going to be blown up and tore apart by the dog in 3 days?
Yeah. And the other thing I'm going back to is, we all know nobody takes photos and puts them in an album anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go back to that tradition as well.
Oh, I think that's just plain lovely. I love scrapbooking.
Because I think
doing that.
It's something to look back on as well.
Right. Oh, okay. So they're more female shoes. Okay. We were talking about Clark's and how they're more of a female brand.
Yeah. I think Skechers are a big things for yourself, ain't they?
They are.
And saying that, I only wear Nikes because I feel they are the only thing that's comfortable.
Agreed. And, I highly recommend Nikes. Ooh, I like that. I like that. Best gift that Brenda ever knew was her best friend's mother bought each kid a half a cow. That's a great thing, and the traditional gifts used to be coffee, sugar, treats, fruit.
Yeah.
And that's through all of them. I mean, if we look at, like, that's Yule gifts, that's Christmas gifts, that's Hanukkah gifts.
Yeah.
Hanukkah, there's specific things to give each night. Now, I was at a party and it caused me to think of you.
Oh, God, that doesn't sound good.
And here's why. One of the party favors was a Christmas cracker.
Oh, yes. And you pull them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it has like a corny joke in it.
And a little plastic piece of rubbish. Yeah.
A hat and a little, like, trinket.
Yeah.
I thought those were the coolest things.
You always have them on your table with your Christmas dinner, and you have to wear the paper hats.
Yes. Yes, it's part of the fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of those traditions I would like to see where it came from.
Do you know, I don't know where it did. Let me see if I can Google it.
Yeah.
Oh! The Christmas cracker was invented by London-based confectioner and Tom Baker Smith.
Okay.
who set up the shop in Goswell Road, Clecknam, in the 1840s.
Wow.
That's really interesting.
Very.
Well, I didn't know that.
I just wonder how they became so traditional.
Let's have a look. Accept all.
Oh, it was to replace the Yule log, the crackling of the logs.
That would make sense as to why we don't have coal fires then.
Right.
And why they become more popular.
Right, because it replaced the crackling of the Yule log, and because everyone would take gifts of the Yule parts of the Yule log home.
Yeah.
Yeah. For good luck.
Brenda, a Christmas cracker is like a toilet roll tube covered in tissue paper with like a thin little strip going through the middle.
Yep.
Like it's just basically like a bit of gunpowder on the end, and you just pull them.
Yep.
And whoever wins, did you know, whoever wins the tube, they're supposed to have good luck.
Yep.
Yeah. What I'll do is I'll be doing my food shop on Friday. Either Thursday or Friday. Brenda, would you like me to send photos over so that then they can be passed to you for you to see what we're speaking about?
Hold still. I'll do you one better.
Oh, you've got one.
I think.
Is that your bag of goodies? There you go. There we go. But over here, they're much, much bigger.
Right. They're much bigger. This is the American version.
Yeah.
And it's cut differently and it's done differently. I don't think it has the little pop or crack piece, but here we go.
Oh, it did.
It did. Awesome. It has a little yo-yo.
Oh, that'll keep you busy.
Yes. And I've already got a silly hat on, so I'm not wearing this one. But it's just a little like paper hat and then a little joke.
Go on, read your joke out.
What do you call a funny mountain?
I don't know.
I don't either. That's the question. There's no answer.
There is.
Oh.
It'll be under it. Under the question, it should be.
Hilarious.
Oh, for Christ's sake. Oh, my God.
Yeah, but little paper crown. Oh, she's catching up. Very big little paper crown.
They are very big.
Yep. Here we go. See? Paper crown. It won't stay.
Oh, very fetching.
Exactly. But no, these are cool. I think this is something that I'm going to probably add to mine because it just lightens the mood a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And over here is tradition to put them on the Christmas tree as well.
Really?
Yeah.
I have a question.
I give up
Do y'all still put the flames on the flaming candles on the tree? Like, I want to know how the Victorians did not burn their Christmas tree and house down with that.
You know why? Because they always used fresh trees.
Ah, okay.
Pine needles hold water, don't they? That's what stops them falling off the tree.
Ah, okay. Well, guys, we've reached the top of the hour. What is your schedule this week, my dear?
It's going to be a bit hit and miss this week. When I'm on, I'm on. When I'm not, I'm not.
Right.
I've got shopping to do. I still got a few Christmas things I need to do.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just going to be, if you catch me, you catch me.
Right.
Can't be helped.
It cannot be helped. I'm going to be on my standard 10 to 8. I will be on extra this week because last week was kind of my play week. Because I was gone all weekend. Yeah. They never like it when you go away that long.
No.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you into a little secret, guys. Watch for the changes come in next year. There's going to be lots of changes, and for the better.
Oh, yes, most definitely. All right, y'all. We will see you next week at 5 p.m. Eastern Time.
You won't see us next week.
No, we won't. We're taking next week off.
I was thinking, huh? It's the 1st of January now. We'll see everybody.
Yes, in the new year. It'll be a year from now.
Oh, my God. That sounds crazy.
I know, doesn't it? 2025's first show will be
2024.
2024. I keep trying to get a longer break, but okay.
You know what that means? See you next year.
On New Year's Day. Now, this show you guys don't want to miss because me and Hazel will be doing our 2024 predictions.
We will.
We're going to talk about the economy and the crown and,
And I will say something I predicted last year actually brought earth-shattering news to the UK because it happened exactly when I said. It was a prediction I was hoping was wrong. But it wasn't.
Right. And, and it's like one of the ones I made really, and the if you got questions, have them ready.
Yes.
We will look at them for the global, but this is global scale, meaning not about if you're getting married next year.
No.
This is like, where do you see the economy? That type of thing. Where Brad and Angelina keep it together. That type of thing. Because
don't ask us about any legal questions. If you're thinking about divorce, you decide that one.
Right. But, I had said in 2022's yearly prediction video that I believe cryptocurrency would get really big and the government would get involved. Well, guess what has occurred?
Yeah, exactly as you said.
Exactly as I said. So, guys, be sure to tune into that. Of course, that'll be New Year's Day, January 1 of 2024 at 5 p.m. Eastern.
And 10 p.m. UK time.
Yes. All right, guys. You have a great night.
Bye.
Bye.